Hello and welcome. In this segment, we're going to be talking about property management, which is a growing industry in the States, no doubt about that. Very mature business in Australia and New Zealand. And something we've discovered is that the property management industry is at a bit of a crossroads in a positive way, and we'll tell you why in just a moment. There are significant challenges ahead, according to the results that have been revealed in a report from Rockend of a survey amongst 1,000 property managers in Australia and New Zealand. With more on this, joining me to talk about it, I'm joined by Rockend's CEO, Alister Maple-Brown. Alister, great to have you in the show. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure, Kevin. Good to be with you.
Pity you couldn't be with us in the States, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Absolutely. Would love to be there. Been to Inman before and have really enjoyed it in the past.
Yeah, no, it's a great event and we're really enjoying it. And thanks too for your support along with BPO. I want to talk about BPO because I see that as what you're doing with them, outsourcing, as a bit of a solution to this. But firstly, let me take you into some of the, which could be seen as negative, but I think there's a lesson in this, there's a learning in this. I believe that only 1 in 4 property managers say that they'd be willing to promote the industry and believe that it's a good career. What does that, do you think, says about the industry recruiting and training, Alister?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting set of results that came out of this survey, Kevin, because while it stipulates that only 1 in 4 prepared to promote the industry outside of the industry, there are also other statistics in there to say 71% of property managers enjoy working in property management. So, they're obviously, majority enjoy it, but yet they also understand the challenges of it. And the issues that exist in the cut and thrust of property management. So they may not necessarily want to then promote it more broadly outside. So, look, recruitment and retention in the property management industry here in ANZ have been a challenge for many, many years, because I think it is a challenging role where you are a broker between two groups of people that at times have very, very different perspectives on what's happening. A tenant wants a wonderful living experience. They want everything to be repaired all the time. A property investor is wanting to make a return on their investment of the property and do it in the most effective way. So the property management manager is always in a very challenging position. And, recruiting the right people. Are they from, the industry? And has the industry changed so much over the years that one of the challenges of further change is because of the people coming from the industry, or do we, and I include ourselves very much as part of the industry, our job is to make the industry as successful as possible, but do we look at industries further afield, whether it be hospitality and other styles of industry, with hotels, restaurants, that style of industry, and do we look at the recruitment side from that fitting that role as a broker between different groups of people trying to make a tenancy work and an investment work.
Yeah, when I first looked at the results and I read through them, I thought, oh wow, this is not good. But when I really sat down and thought about it, Alister, I thought, okay, well, it makes sense to me for this reason, that I think as an industry, both whether it's sales or property management, we're really driving hard on the customer satisfaction. We're really thinking about how much time we need to spend to build this relationship. And I think that brings about an element of frustration, because property management is one of the busiest parts of the real estate business. And unless we're freeing people up to work on those relationships with tenants and with owners, we're going to always have this kind of frustration. And I think that's one of the challenges for organisations like yours and for business owners as well.
100%. And a lot of that is... when you've got someone who sits in a broker style position, they are the bottleneck of all information. So whether the tenant wants something done or the investor wants something done, it all sits with the property manager. I believe that we have to not only alleviate a lot of the bottleneck of information and make it available real time and automated, but we also have to supplement the tasks or supplement the resourcing of many of those more mundane style tasks with different style of resources, whether that be offshore or whatever. It allows then the property manager to genuinely be the person who's helping the investor grow their investment and build their portfolio, which is building a strong relationship, and be that sounding board for the tenant to ensure that they have a great living experience as well, whether that be through maintenance, inspections, through whatnot. It's how do we get them to a point of having that additional time and build those relationships, build that rapport. And it's a big challenge that investors always have with property managers is the natural churn that happens in the industry. So if we can, as an industry, decrease the churn so that investor knows that they're going to go back to the same person each time, well, certainly for a period of a few years, then the satisfaction that they will have will be far greater, I believe.
Absolutely. Well, you can probably tell from the setting that we're in right now that, this interview is not being done at Inman, although this is coming as part of our live stream. But I wanted to include you in this, Alister, because it's such an important point. And we're at Inman with BPO and with your support as well to promote this relationship you've built with them. Tell me a little bit about how that's working, because you were just talking there about this ongoing relationship and some consistency with staffing. Tell me about that model. How's it working?
Yeah, so outsourcing has been around across all industries for a long, long time, but it's really probably in the last 5 years that it's become more mainstream in the Australian New Zealand market, and really in particular the last 2 years where it's really taking off. And there are a number of companies doing it. And they're based in different parts of the world, but certainly a lot of the outsourcing work is done in the Philippines because the time zone's great, the English is great, and so forth. We wanted to go down a path with BPO. We obviously respect BPO very much for the work that they do, but we thought and believed that it's one way to bring our customers and the industry into more mainstream usage of this style of service. If we're part of the equation, Rockend being a brand that people have known for many years, if we're part of that equation and we can help people make the leap to leverage these style of services, then we would love to be able to help them do that. And with the backing of a company such as BPO, who deliver all the services and the resources and manage the outsourcing and so forth, then it was a way to bring businesses into the fold of outsourcing and to help them understand what it looks like to have a mix of resources onshore and offshore in a future real estate property management business.
Yeah, it's quite a revealing report, and you're quoted in that report too as saying that it shows what we need to do to revitalise the industry, and I think that's a really positive way to look at it. Can you give me an insight, just to summarise there, Alister, what do you think we need to do to revitalise the industry, or are we on that path now?
Well, look, I think we're on the path right now. There's over the last couple of years a lot of conversation around obviously the changing dynamics of technology, and we see the changing dynamics that technology creates through our consumer existence. And so consumers, whether they be tenants and landlords, they want a similar style experience. They want to know what they're getting. They want it to be transparent, and they want it to be real time, and they want things to happen quickly. So what that means to our customers is either vast changes in their offerings that they provide, along with, or a really quick adaptation to the new requirements that are coming from their customers. And so we feel that we don't have all the answers by any stretch of the imagination, but we're working as close as possible with the industry to understand where is it that technology can play, where is it that outsourcing services can play, where is it that complementary services can be bundled in to allow for additional revenue streams, and so forth. And so we're going through that process with the industry to understand all of the different avenues to go down. And look, I think we're right in the thick of it, and a lot of our customers are trying many different things, and we're helping to supplement and complement a lot of those things through the use of technology and through the use of external services. But we're still very much in that that stage where we're all looking to see how things change and how things settle down. And I think the first step is it's the acceptance that it's changing, but it's not going to change from black to white overnight. It's going to be a process where people need to be continually requesting information from their customers. What is it that you're wanting? How do you want it? When do you want it? And then working out how do we deliver that to you? And combination of all those things.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Alister, to you and the team at Rockend. It's a great insight as to where the industry's headed and how we can sort of tune it up and always making it a lot better. Thanks again for your support. And Alister, we look forward to seeing you at Inman a little bit later this year. Maybe you're going to come back with us on the second time round.
Absolutely. I look forward to that, Kevin. Have a great time over there.